What's up, guys? Welcome back to Team Radio with the Bros. I'm Jack. That's my brother Will. Will, it's been a long time since we talked. How are ya? How was last weekend, Singapore?
It was good. I actually slept in. I know it's sad. No,
It's
but
okay.
in all honesty, kind of a race that, I mean, obviously we'll get more into it, but you watch how it starts and it feels like it ended the same way. So, but doing good and just really excited to get into more racing. And I had told you earlier this week, but kind of woke up today feeling like, man, I really wish there was a race today. So,
I know.
and honestly, in the previous off weeks, I've kind of felt nice about having those off days. But man, I am so ready to get back. So hence the hat.
Oh,
What
hell
about
yeah,
you?
bro. As you can tell, we're ready to get back as well. We got the
Yes,
little Red Bull
sir.
merch on. No, dude, I've been. There was multiple times this week I was like, damn it, was the race last weekend? Like, because it feels like it's been so long
Yeah.
since we've watched F1, but it's okay. It's okay.
Hmm.
The race, as you said before, we'll touch on it a little bit, but it definitely started similar to how, or ended similar to how it started. The best example of that, not similar, best example of that would be how Lando overtook Piastri at the beginning.
Hmm. Yep.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yep.
Like what else happened? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and like Lando made up two places, right? Because I think he qualified fifth, if
Hmm.
I remember correctly. So he made up to third, has
Hmm.
two. Oscar's radio on that was hilarious,
I didn't hear it.
dude. He's like, "Are you guys gonna make him give the position back or what?" Because he almost ran into me,
Oh
and
yeah. Yep. No, I remember hearing
yeah,
that.
yeah. And he's like, well, he was trying to avoid Max. So he's like, well, if he's avoiding somebody and he's gonna hit his teammate, he's doing a shit job of avoiding. You know what
Yeah,
I
well,
mean?
and that's
Like,
another thing. It's like, but at the same time, if you almost hit max or you do hit max, I think both of them is it's not going to be a good outcome.
no, but like at the same time, he has a point. Like he sent it so much to the inside that Oscar had to yield the position.
Hmm.
But at the same time, is what it is. It's Lando's team, right?
Yep.
We'll get into it. Okay,
Seems like it. Seems to be.
papaya.
Yes, sir.
I'm
Yeah, go ahead.
smoking that papaya.
I guess we can hit on that first. Jack and I were kind of looking up, like, obviously papaya rules are thrown around in the vein of
The term.
the term is you essentially respect your teammate, I guess is a way to say it, but you're
No, you
free to
respect the
race.
team.
You respect the team. There you go.
It's more of a team first, I think, kind of thing.
Hmm.
It's not so much like there's not a set of rules like, oh, if he overtakes here, you have to give that back. It's nothing like
Hmm.
that. It's like
Yeah.
you respect team orders, you respect that the constructors is the main goal, and then it's drivers after that. And so, like,
Hmm.
I think that's what it is. But Will was trying to get ChatGPT to explain it, like from its best knowledge, like through internet, see if there was anything like solid on it, and it
Hmm.
was there's nothing really to be found too heavy other than like team orders essentially.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I guess the term itself comes from people saying, yeah, papaya rules, as in papaya, the orange on the McLaren. And it started out as like, yeah, papaya rules, but then it's turned into we're coining this term because of the situation that they're in.
Mm-hmm.
What is
Also,
your honest take on it?
on what?
The race.
Um, to be honest with you, bro, I'm as we said we talked about before. I said if Max can be within a few seconds of the McLarens, this is
Hmm.
on. Max was ahead of those McLarens, and yes, Lando was on his ass at times, but you could tell that the Red Bull is there. We have the
Hmm.
pace. You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
and there's going to be other tracks that are similar to this. Not exactly as Singapore. Like Qatar is very similar.
Hmm.
Qatar has very long, like very small straights. It's like a. It literally is like a fucking hexagon or some shit.
Yeah.
Excuse my language.
No.
But but all to say, this shows that the slow tracks, which there's only going to be like one more, I'm pretty sure. I mean, Brazil has some slow moments, but it also has a
Hmm.
lot of high speed, and Max has been well there. Literally P17 to P1 last year in the rain. Masterclass. Put Lando never to win a World Drivers' Championship. We'll see though. We'll
Yeah,
see.
we
I
will.
mean,
Damn.
I mean, I just don't think. I think that sold him.
Really?
Yeah, bro.
Well,
I
he's within one race. If you get a Piastri DNF and then a win from Lando, now again,
I
that's
I
like
think if Piastri DNFs, Max is gonna win the World Driver Championship.
just one more time.
One more time would make this like a. Because what is he right now? 63. Let me look it up right now. Yeah, 63.
63. So yeah, you hit it right on the head.
One DNF would make that if he wins the race 38, right?
Yep.
That's very doable with that
Hmm.
many sprints. Because there's still three sprints left. We have one this weekend coming up, and then we have
Oh,
one
I'm
in
so
Brazil, I
excited.
believe. Dude,
I'm
this
so
weekend's gonna be
excited.
hype. And then I don't know if it's Vegas. I know there's one more. It could be Vegas. I can't remember though. All to say though, like we are looking at this could be three drivers being able to win going into
That
Abu
would be
Dhabi.
insane.
That
You
would
know,
go
actually,
so hard.
I want you to look up something real quick. I want you to
Hmm.
look up what was the spread, like what was the difference between Max's points and Oscar's points going into summer break.
Max was down almost 100 points. He was
That's what
down
okay.
90, 97 points after the Hungarian Grand Prix. And we've only had, what, three races?
Hmm. Yeah, it's huge. He's making, I mean, you keep up this average, he's right there at the end. He keeps this up.
Another
Now,
DNF, another, like, bad weekend. Let's say
hmm
Brazil, it rains. Last year, Lando was literally, I want to say, in third place at Brazil when it was raining and, like, just off the track.
I need to
I'm
go back and
sorry.
watch that.
Oh, it's amazing, bro. It's amazing. Sorry for the hate on Lando. It's just more or less like don't talk the talk if you can't walk the walk a little bit.
Well, I think also like
Because
knowing
like
that
look at
he's his,
Oscar. Oscar
yeah.
doesn't talk at all like smack. Like he talks a very minimal, like very much needed, like the minimalist style. Because he's really it just keeps it to like what he needs to say, right?
Hmm.
Um, that being said, why is Lando talking so much if he's not backing it up? You know?
Hmm. I also think okay, so another thing is obviously for those who watched it and saw the results, McLaren has won the constructors champion for this year, championship, if you
Congrats.
will. Yeah, but I think Jack and I were talking and like Piastri was just sitting on the side where they're celebrating or just standing around. And I'm like, because he's like, I'm not here to just win constructors. Like I
Dude,
can win constructors with whoever I have, right? If I have a good car.
like, don't get me wrong, like, diehard F1 fans will remember Constructors Champions.
Hmm.
And even, like, some casuals, for sure.
Hmm.
But you're not sitting here talking about, like, the 2008 Ferrari Constructors Champs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're talking
Yeah.
about who won it that year.
Hmm.
I get it to an extent, like, or not Ferrari. McLaren is the priority, right? You want to
Hmm.
get the bonuses for your team. You want to get the extra tunnel hours. You want to get all that jazz. But,
Hmm.
like, it's not it's not super fair to Oscar when like he's just been shafted
Yeah.
after every single time. I just watched recently like this past year. It was on YouTube Shorts. I need to see if I can find it, but it was a breakdown of all of like
Okay.
team radio moments from McLaren from both Norris and Piastri throughout the season, showcasing kind of the downfall of the team culture a little bit
Mm.
with
I
from
like that.
Oscar's side, and it's just showing like consistently like moments like Oscar's kind of been held back, like from even Australia when like Oscar's like, "Hey, I'm faster, like let me go," or like, you
Hmm.
know what I mean? Like at Japan, you know, he said that before, like. And then there's like a race where like Lando's like, "Hey, I can see Oscar's tires are rubbing out. You know, whenever I go to pass, let's not make this harder than it has to be." You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And then it keeps going more and more and more, and you have like the moments where Oscar almost like he locks up, or like I think it was Lando locked up that one time. I think it was Miami, right, or something like that,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he almost make him crash out. Like, and there's been moments like that, and you just see like Oscar's kind of taking the short end of the stick a little bit in this, and
Even
he's
though
trying.
he is the most consistent.
Yes,
Like he and I think it's almost like they disrespect him in a way And obviously they're not going to come out and say that because he's part of their team and he literally won them the constructors. But it's coming from a place almost as if it's like we love you, but we love Lando more.
Yeah, I
And it's
mean,
obvious
it's
to
blatant
everyone.
favoritism.
Hmm.
Blatant favoritism.
And that's why
Uh,
Jack and I brought up the papaya rules because it's like, yeah,
it's a hot topic right now.
you don't really say that you have them in place because they're not really a thing. It's more so that the team principals are saying, hey, Zach Brown's saying, hey, like we're not gonna fool around with this, but you're free to race
Zach
and
Brown
you're
and
racing
Stella.
for us. But in the same time, I feel like it's almost like Zach Brown's like, hey, Piastri's racing for us, but Lando's racing for me. Does that make sense?
Yeah, to an
So,
extent, and it's annoying because I just feel for Oscar because he deserves it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like he deserves some love on his side. So let's
Hmm.
see. I'm hoping they just let him race because like
Yeah.
there was one moment in there like Oscar's like I thought bad pit stops we agreed were part of racing. You know what I mean? That's just
Yeah.
part of like your team.
Well, it's another thing of like you saying those external factors where you're like, okay, maybe one of them does lock up or one of them does have really bad degradation with their tires.
Mm.
But that's different from, hey, what the hell? He just tapped into me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So those are two completely separate things.
No,
And
exactly. And
if
like
nothing, like if I swear, dude, if I hear them say, hey, let Lando go or let Oscar go, and there's not any external factor there, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be
yeah, like
pissed.
just let it happen, bro. Like
Hmm.
that's what I'm hoping. And honestly, I am hoping for some type of DNF, of course, because that would only help Max. But
Hmm.
at the same time, papaya orange, I guess forever. But the race was fun. Not really. But
Sort of.
it was fun seeing like Max be okay.
Hmm.
Uh, obviously, it would have been nice to see him make a move on George if he could have. I think he started, if I recall, on like three lap old tire, soft tires,
Hmm.
trying to see if he could make a move. Nothing, he couldn't get anything going. Obviously, you saw with the clean air that much of a difference it made there, especially with how
Yeah.
hot it was, because that dirty air, whew, it
Yeah. I
was.
mean, they had a heat hazard.
Yeah, like, and you
So,
saw it in qual. Oh, let's talk about this.
yeah, let's do it.
Qualifying Lando, Sir Lando Norris, big two middle fingers to you, brother, because you absolutely caused Max's qualifying lap to be chalked. Like if we go back and show, I have, I have a picture on my phone. I will post it on the reels. But we have documented proof that shows Max was almost like he was closing in on a 2 second gap in a
Hmm.
moment. Like he was. I mean, there was multiple different reports. There was one that said he was 5 thousandths of a second, so 5 milliseconds
Yeah.
ahead of George. There was one that said he was 500ths of a second. There was another that said he was closing in on a 2/10 of a gap to like George's, not I said Norris, but to Russell's lap.
Hmm.
All to say, Max is closing in on George Russell
Hmm.
and like has taken a little bit of a gap going into the last couple turns of his last qualifying run. And Lando's dumbass, mm, instead of letting, just getting like on the side on some straightaway or something, letting Max go by,
Hmm.
Lando speeds up for some reason to get ahead of Max, and then blatantly slows down like way more than needed
Hmm.
during like that final little chicane. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
It's like the Oscar Piastri break.
That you can clearly see, but here's the kicker. In all of Lando Norris's end laps, like the lap after your
Hmm.
run and you're coming into the pits,
Hmm.
Lando hit seventh gear one time the entire weekend in his end lap, like during practice sessions and qualifying. It was that lap. That was the only single time he hit seventh gear during an end lap. Was
I'm sorry,
during.
that just has me like shell shocked.
Why else would you do that? Obviously, he
Hmm.
hasn't done it during the rest of it. Clearly, he's trying to get ahead of Max in some capacity to give him a dirty air moment, and he did. Like
Hmm.
Max, like I told you, we can pull up the track data. I have it. He was ahead of him going into
Hmm.
it, and then you see him. He stutters, and Max knows immediately. Like he's done it too many times. He's like, wow. And then he give him a nice little wave on the way in. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, and I think also like I mean, I guess this is a good segue talking about like how this is a qualifying track, and we'll get into that in a second. But I think this also shows like we know that Max is historically known for, man, that last lap in qualifying, he shows out. And that's he usually sits and waits and like
because he knows,
almost
like, he lets the rubber build up. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Like, he's like, I want this track to be maximum because
hmm
I know I can put together a banger lap and I can extract the most out of this car. You see it. He ramps up each qualifying, just more, more, more. He just does enough to
hmm
get by, and then he pushes himself a little bit, pushes himself. That's why you see him go on those last moments where he doesn't need to. He's,
yeah.
a second and 2/10 clear of the elimination zone, and he's
Yeah.
still going out there. Like, clearly, he could save a set of softs maybe for another extra run if he needs it, or maybe even for the race. If,
hmm
granted, but like obviously they have their strategies locked in. But that's why Max is getting out there because he's tuning every time, and every driver does that. But
Yeah.
like Max is just the best at it. He gets the
hmm
most out of the car.
It's almost like he takes like little screenshots in his head when he makes his tiny error, and then the next
Oh
one he's
yeah,
like, I'm not going to do that. But I think so. So kind of segueing, talking about qualifying, specifically in Singapore, like qualifyings can be exciting, but obviously they're not the race. And
yeah.
so having 5 to 6 to 7 solid races that keep coming up every year, where all it is whoever qualifies wins or podiums at least. It's
Gets
like,
pole. Yeah,
yes, I'm like something that is said about the Singaporean Grand Prix is that they say it's the crown jewel of nights like circuits. But is that really true? Like, is
because the
it actually
racing's
that
ass.
exciting? Because
Yeah,
from everything I've seen, it's like, oh, it's beautiful and it's cool and the production of it's awesome. But when you get into the race, it's kind of like you almost already know what to expect unless there's a DNF or some sort of collision. In my opinion, obviously I haven't seen Las Vegas live yet, but I have high hopes for that and
as you should.
Abu Dhabi. I'm just I think it's just very strange how almost like there's so much hype around it
Hmm.
in a way. So, and then obviously it's F1. Every race is going to have extreme hype around it. But specifically when you look at it and some people might even say that like that's their top race. It's like what are you talking about?
Yeah. Honestly, Will, I really wish this race we're about to go to, COTA, Austin,
hmm
United States Grand Prix. COTA, if you guys don't know, stands for Circuit of the Americas. It's in Austin, Texas,
hmm
United States Grand Prix, because it has been the longest running for a while, and there used to be more United States Grand Prix back in like the early F1 days, but there hasn't been as of late until recently. So the past couple years they restarted. They brought back Miami and they brought back Las Vegas. But Austin has been in the circuit for a while. All to say, very fun track, but I wish it was at night because
hmm
it is a track that would be fun at night. I mean, we'll get into it later, but like it would be a fun night circuit. But yes, dude, Vegas is so much fun at night, and like
hmm
obviously I'm partial because I'm American. Being there, seeing the cars race on that little street is insane. But then also
hmm
just the strip in general, and then like the moments of the sphere and things like that is
hmm
fun. I mean, Singapore's sweet. The night
Yeah.
races, the aspect's cool, but like
Yeah.
I mean, the humidity's insane, and like you were saying, it's a qualifying first kind of race, uh,
hmm
and that's okay. I mean, they got rid of Imola. They've already announced they're getting that off the circuit, and that's one of those that's like that.
Yeah.
You got a point, but at the same time, a lot of this would be different if the cars were just smaller. You
hmm
know, if you could make more turns or not more
hmm
turns, more overtakes and random moments, and like
Yeah.
send it on the inside a little bit, and not have to worry about going into a wall. Like
hmm
that's mainly the issues here, but I agree. I think that's the other thing we were going to get into is a heat hazard a little bit.
hmm
They implemented the vest thing this year, where it's like it's mandatory or you have to add weight to your car because every other driver is going to be wearing one, the cooling
hmm
vest, which is really cool. I think it's a good idea to make sure it's safe at all times. And then last but not least, I think This and Qatar, if I'm not mistaken, are the hottest races. Or Qatar is what I was
Hmm.
told it was pronounced, but I don't know if that one's going to be hotter or not yet. Obviously, we'll have to wait and see. But the heat hazard was one thing, and I would guarantee, or not guarantee, but bet that they'll probably have the same thing with the mandatory vest on
Hmm.
for that last race or one of those last races of the year. Being Qatar, being I think it's second to last. If I'm not mistaken.
I'm actually very interested to see what the 2027 schedule looks like after the first year of new regs to see if
Mhm.
they do any like major changes, depending on what overtaking looks like.
Dude, they're introducing a couple new tracks. I think the Madrid ring is one of them. When does Madrid 2026?
Okay, so yeah, next
So
year.
so they'll be there next year. I guess they're taking over for MLF, if I remember correctly. But yeah, it's called Madrid. Obviously, it looks like a shit track, but we'll see. Just from somebody ran it. They've been running it in like simulators, and somebody
Yeah,
leaked it, and it looked dog
really.
water. But we'll see.
Dang. Yeah, and I think I don't know if you've seen that meme, but I saw a video, I mean, a few months back, but they're basically saying the way that they design Grand Prix and
Hmm.
circuit tracks, they basically, have you seen those workout bands that people use to like stretch?
Yeah, where they just throw
Like
them on
you
the
just throw
ground.
them on the ground and you see what happens.
No,
But
literally, if you look at Austin, Texas, it literally looks like the one. Like,
yeah.
it's insane. I have it pulled up right here on the screen. All to say, guys, other things we want to touch on from Singapore. Obviously, congrats to George.
Hmm.
Mercedes is looking a lot better.
Hmm. Continuing to build
Antonelli,
that spread between them
yeah.
and Ferrari. So,
Unfortunately,
hmm.
there was no retirements this past race, which is cool. Good for them, despite the extreme heat. I mean, you saw it after they got out of the cockpit. Like
Yeah.
they were they were dead. Like they were about to die.
Another thing is like you got to think about strokes, right? Like somebody can have a legit heat stroke.
Oh yeah, yeah,
You know, what do you think?
yeah. I'm sorry, it caught me off guard. Uh,
uh, heat
well,
strokes.
yeah. All to say, Lewis Hamilton set the fastest lap during lap 48, but that was later penalized for track limits. What were you saying about heat strokes?
Definitely like is something to be a concern. And obviously they train certain ways, but and they got people monitoring those things. And so I could just see like the very high potential of that happening. I don't know if that's ever happened. Yeah, I think you see Mercedes is starting to like prove their limit or their legitimacy more.
Mm,
Jack and I were kind of talking earlier about how seems almost like they were in this mid-season slump a little bit, especially since George's podium in Canada and his win.
mhm,
So I think seeing what George has done, he's gotten podiums 2 weeks in a row, one for second, one for first. And
mhm.
so you just see this kind of spark in them. I mean, I don't know if they've done major changes or upgrades or what that looks like. My heart tears and is sad because of Ferrari, but it's pretty clear that you can almost see where Ferrari's going to sit. And I'm afraid that, hate to admit it, but depending on how COTA goes, it might look like they might be solid for fourth place,
Yeah,
which is really
right.
sad because they were literally 3 weeks ago they were in second. So
Yeah.
it's uh it's rough.
And all the rumors about Christian Horner going to Ferrari. Oh gosh, we'll see. We'll see.
No,
We'll see.
stay as
Um,
far away as possible.
let's go ahead and I'm gonna go through real fast just to make sure viewers are aware. This is a week after Singapore. We were a
Hmm.
little busy last Monday night and Sunday night, so we weren't able to get it out. Sorry about that. But we're gonna cover Austin after this. But let's go through the Singapore results real quickly just to make sure we touched on everything and shout out anybody who stands out. Yeah,
Hmm.
George Russell finished 5 seconds ahead of Max. Lando was about 6 tenths behind. Then you had that was the podium was 1, 2, 3 Russell, Verstappen, Norris in that order. Then you had Piastri at 4, Antonelli 5, Leclerc 6, Alonso with Aston Martin looking decent this weekend at 7. You had Ferrari, Lewis Hamilton at 8. Ollie Behrman points again
Hmm.
had number finishing ninth. Carlos Sainz, obviously not a podium, but 10th place.
Hmm.
That's a point nonetheless. Where's Albon? Not to be seen. Isaac Hadger finishes right outside the points. Shout out Yuki finishing right behind him. That looks just like next year. We'll see. And Lance Stroll in 13th, Albon 14th, Lawson 15th, and then we have Colapinto, Bortoleto, Ocon, Gasly, and Hulkenberg. Let's go over our predictions, William.
Yeah. Well, I do have one last question before we do
Yeah,
that.
go ahead.
What does the momentum going into COTA look like following the Singapore Grand Prix?
Obviously, there's some for Lando, him finishing ahead of Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
Like in his eyes, I think he has some momentum. But like, you have to think like Max has a little bit here.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's won here before. The car obviously has made upgrades. They're gonna bring more. They're gonna bring some
Mm-hmm.
type of change. You have George Russell. I would say Mercedes. You know what I mean? Like they might look better. Uh,
Yep.
Coda is a definitely higher speed track, so the McLarens could come out to play. The Ferraris could come out to play.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's not so much like a Vegas or Azerbaijan or a Monza, but it's definitely a faster circuit. There's like a high speed or a medium speed, high speed corners, a lot of them. You know, earlier in the season, for, not Ferrari, McLaren was looking a lot better
Mm-hmm.
compared to the rest of the field, and recently it's looked like not only Red Bull but Mercedes has closed the gap, and you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean. And there's been obviously moments where even midfield teams have closed the gap a little bit at certain
Mm-hmm.
tracks. So we'll see. Again, it's a sprint weekend, so there's only one practice session.
Yeah.
If you see, I'm gonna be. I know it's gonna happen, but Max is gonna be definitely in the pits making adjustments. But I want
Mm-hmm.
him out there maximizing his track time as much as possible. Same with Yuki. Obviously,
Yeah.
like I'd love to see my boy Yuki in a seat next year. Hopefully, I would assume
Yep.
he will.
Get back to those mid points.
Yeah, like I would love to see another sixth or seventh, maybe even a fifth here would be nice.
Yeah.
But we'll see, cause like here's my thought: Silverstone, Red Bull came out with that faster rear wing, and like
Mm-hmm.
honestly was looking better than McLaren. But then it started raining, so they didn't have the downforce for it, or the track was a little slippier, a little slippery, a little slippy. I could see Red Bull doing something
Yeah.
like that, bringing a little lower downforce
Yeah.
setup.
Yeah, and I agree with all that. I think it's definitely pulling more towards Mercedes and Red Bull. It's kind of like they're like, "Oh, you guys thought you forgot about us over the past 3 years? Hell no. Here we are."
No,
And
exactly. I could see
uh
Ferrari coming out and having a good weekend, like a three
I
four.
could
You
too,
know
but
what I mean?
sometimes I just like don't want to speak it into existence in a way.
They're
But
due. Ferrari is due for a good weekend,
yeah.
to be
Yeah,
honest with you.
for
And they're
sure.
like this and Vegas are two solid opportunities for you.
Hmm.
And we'll see. Maybe I'll make. I don't know if I'm gonna make any other changes, but uh, I'm interested to see why Red Bull's putting so much in it. Obviously, it doesn't look good because not all of our resources we could be potentially using from
Yeah.
this year's budget for next year. But I just saw something posted from I think his name is Peter Lachey or Washe or something like that.
Hmm.
I can't how to say his name. But he's the Red Bull like technical directive now. He was saying that aside from aerodynamics, because we really won't know till testing
Hmm.
these new cars as much, he was saying Red Bull's engine is looking promising. So I'm thinking like they're using a lot of this to test maybe ideas. You know what I mean? Like this is a new completely team or a
Yeah.
completely new team with Mekis, and you don't have the same strategist you did 2 years ago. You don't have the same team directive you did two
Hmm.
years ago or team principal you did 2 years ago. Obviously, you don't have Christian Horner anymore. You don't have your aerodynamics and Andrew Newey. So like there's a lot of things that changed, and like even like we don't have
Hmm.
like the majority of our team bounced. A lot of these guys, I've said you know what I mean like 25 times, but uh, it's a completely new team. This is kind of like going to be an interesting thing to go into, and I think they're maybe using some of this for research a little bit too, to know
Yeah.
like kind of pick and choose. Mekki's being a former engineer and having that background, maybe he has a little insight to be like, well, no, we can use this to kind of coordinate what we're seeing here on track compared to wind tunnel because we get our new wind tunnel at the end of next year.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with all that. And so, but any last remaining thoughts about this year's Singaporean Grand Prix?
No, um, I'll have to say it's promising.
Yeah. Yep. I think it was just
Promising.
a race to kind of see maybe where everybody holds up after Baku.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure. To test like kind
so
of the waters.
yeah, I mean, again, sad that what happened to Max during qualifying, which definitely something did happen. Sad to kind of see that, but happy
Yeah.
that things are continuing to look up with him and we're not seeing a big slump because he could definitely just call it quits. But that's not Max Verstappen, and thank
Damn
God for
straight.
that.
Damn
So,
straight. All right. Do you want to get in these predictions?
I believe, did you go first last time?
Trying
Yeah,
to
you did.
remember.
You did.
Yes, I did.
Okay. So Jack went, he had Piastri, Albon, Leclerc, and he had Max Verstappen as the winner. He had Piastri at 6, who ended up 4th. He had Albon at 7, which ended up 14th. Rough.
Shut the
And then he
fuck
had Leclerc at 2.
up.
Leclerc went to 6.
Yep.
And then, as we know, Max did not win the race. I had
Unfortunate.
George Russell, Carlos Sainz, Kimi Antonelli, and then I had Oscar Piastri winning the race, which again was a miss. But for Judge George Russell, I had him at 3, and he ended up P1. Carlos Sainz, I had him at 13th. He ended up being in the points at 10. And then Kimi Antonelli, I had him at 8, and he actually progressed into 5th. So, and then the curse wheel was on Max Verstappen. I honestly don't think that the qualifying would
No,
say that that's a
no. That
curse.
that's Lando. That's Lando. You know what I
So
mean? And Max is gonna get him back for that. I
yeah,
promise you. At one
yep.
point, he will have a moment where like Lando's gonna be like, "What the hell?" And it's like,
Hmm.
no, that's karma, brother. Welcome to it. Yeah, but obviously Kurzweil misses on Max. That's thank God. I'll just say,
Yeah.
I'll just say neither of us got anything this week, so we
Hmm.
should still be. What were we at? 8-6.
8-6. Yep, I'm up.
8-6. Kurzweil's at 10 points. But yeah, let's get into the. Let's get into Austin, COTA,
Yeah,
United States,
for sure.
America, North America, brother. Two DRS zones.
Okay.
Beautiful turn one. Beautiful turn one. It's
Mm.
like uphill and like a hard left.
Ooh, sounds
Um,
like a
it's
Max.
gorgeous.
Max
It's
turns
gorgeous.
one.
Dude, you got to take it wide because the wider you take it, the quicker you can, you know what I mean, hit that
Hmm.
perfect.
Inside, yeah.
Yeah, because if you go inside line, you are chalked. You can make some moves for sure. Because like if you get that inside line, you can be like, oh, sorry about it. Like, you
Hmm.
know what I mean? Like you're
Yeah.
gonna have to be waiting on me.
Yeah.
Uh, so we're definitely gonna see people send it down the inside on
Yeah.
turn one. If I had to guess this weekend, especially lap one, we might have an
Yeah.
incident. But high speed corners, some medium speed for sure. It should be an enjoyable track, as well as being in the United States. Me and Will, we get to watch this race at our time, not so much
Hmm.
have to wake up at ass crack of dawn, and the roosters are caw.
Yeah.
We're watching, you know, ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen. Good morning,
Yeah.
good evening, wherever
Yeah,
you are. You
literally.
know what I mean? Good.
Yeah.
You're like,
It's like they're in lap 6 and I'm still like brewing, waiting for my coffee to brew. I'm like, come on. So,
dude, no. The best is that meme. It's like I think I've said this before on here, but it's like a couple. It's like normal people at 3 a.m. and it's two couples kissing. That it's like me at 3 a.m. and it's like good morning, good
just
evening,
locked
wherever
in.
you are, and it's
Yeah.
just Brad Pitt eating in front of a TV.
That's amazing.
Like,
Gosh. Really random, but cereal sounds amazing right now.
oh, dude, Fruity Pebbles,
Dude, I would tear up some Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Tell you what. But yeah, Coda.
COTA. Austin is a fun track. I enjoy it. There's going to be moments of passing. There's opportunities. You definitely have a few corners going into it that like people are going
Hmm.
to send it down. And these DRS zones are solid. Like one's pretty long, and then the last turn in a turn one down the start finish line
Yep.
is a solid passing zone as well.
Hell yeah.
Um, but yeah, dude, I'm excited. So practice time is at 12:30 Central for practice 1, and then sprint qualifying is at 4:30 Central. Sprint will be at 12 Central on Saturday. Qualifying will be at 4 Central on Saturday night or Saturday afternoon, and then the race is at 2 p.m. on Sunday. So beautiful, gorgeous, as
Hmm.
all things should be. Obviously, I'm an hour behind that, but so that kind of works better for me, scheduling
Yeah.
wise. Uh, I mean, obviously, the Broncos game, it doesn't matter. It still starts for you an hour later, but
Yeah.
by that time, the race will
Yep.
be almost over. First quarter on the left, F1 on the right,
Yes, sir. Yep.
just locked in. But yeah, I'm excited for next weekend, brother. I think it's going to be an interesting one. It's enjoyable to watch and it's
Yeah.
enjoyable to play on F1.
Mhm. You know how
But
tempting it is to just be like, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna book a flight down to Austin and I'll
mhm.
stay somewhere where I can see it. You know?
Dude, you could. I mean, but the problem is like it's pretty far out. I'm pretty sure it's like
Yeah.
a pretty far out of the city. But
Gotcha.
uh, so let's get into this. Tire management and degradation's a tough problem here. Setups and balance. I mean, because you have high speed and slower slash medium speed corners, so it's
Okay.
kind of like finding what you want. And you only have one practice session, so it
Yeah.
should be somewhat fun.
How many laps?
For the sprint or for
Mhm.
the main race?
For the main race?
56.
56. Okay.
Yep.
So maybe a medium and a hard.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see. I mean, it really just depends on track conditions, obviously, like how hot it
Hmm.
is and such. Uh,
Yep.
but yeah, so that'll be fun. I wanted to kind of see what. Let me look up Austin's weather right now.
For next week.
Uh, yeah, because F it. Friday, Saturday, sunny. Friday, Saturday, sunny haze. Sunny. 89 degrees, 89 degrees, 85 degrees is the high.
Yeah. So not incredibly hot, not
No,
Singapore hot,
and like
but
Sunday, 85. The race. That means the race will start at 2, right?
hmm.
And that's 83 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay.
Sorry about it if you're in Celsius. You'll get over it. Be okay. Should be enjoyable.
Hmm. You want to get into these predictions?
Let's do it, bro. Let's do it.
Hell
And you're
yeah.
going first, right?
Yes, sir, I am.
Let's get into it. The wheel. Make sure all the pieces are good. They are. William, your first spin
Sir.
is Nico Hulkenberg.
Okay. You know what? I'm proud of that. I
That's a
love
fun one. You
Nico.
got the Hulky.
He can either get,
P20 or P10.
yeah, or a podium.
Yeah,
Yeah.
randomly. One out of every 10 years. Okay, let's go. Second spin. Are you ready?
Hmm.
Esteban Ocon.
All right.
Third spin. Franco Colapinto.
What the hell is this?
Welcome
I
to.
just want to write all the predictions down. 20, 19, 18.
It might be in that order. All right, I'm going to my first spin.
Okay.
Bortoletto. God! I mean, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Lance Stroll.
What is going on? Pierre Gasly.
Charles Leclerc.
You got him twice in a row.
Cool, cool, cool.
No hate against Gasly, but it kind of made
No, you're
sense.
good.
Hell yeah. We will be right back.
All right, William. I think
Are you
I'm
ready?
ready. Yep.
I'm ready as well. Okay, we are back.
What's up,
All right,
guys?
so we are with our predictions for the United States Circuit of the Americas Grand Prix
COTA.
and COTA, yes sir. And so I had Nico Hulkenberg, Ollie, no, not Ollie Behrman, excuse me,
Esteban Ocon.
Esteban Ocon, thank you, and then Franco Colapinto. So for Nico, I had him at P10,
Okay.
last in the points, baby. I love it.
All right. Let me hear Ocon.
For Esteban Ocon, I have him at P16.
Okay.
And for Franco Colapinto, I have him at P19.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
That's that. I like that. All right, you
Let me
ready
hear
for me?
yours. Yes, sir.
So I had Bortoleto, Lance Stroll, and Charles Leclerc. Now the problem is here, guys. I'm not a big fan of many of these drivers except for Charles, and I
Yep.
kind of like Bortoleto. I like him a
Chuck,
lot. Goaded,
Gabby.
but Gabby P8 for Gabby Bortoleto.
Okay.
I got a Lance Stroll P17, Charles Leclerc P3.
Oh, I would die.
P3, third. I see a podium here. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
That would be
Oh, Will.
electric.
Who is your race winner for the 2025 United States Grand Prix?
I'm about to do something that is going to shock the nation. Are you ready? Land of Norris.
Damn it.
Is that who you had?
No.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. I just think it would make it interesting. I think it would
You're going to know
open
why I
things
said
up.
damn it.
Oh shit. Go.
2025 Austin, United States Grand Prix winner for Jack. Prediction Oscar Piastri.
All right.
So we both picked Papaya. We did not pick Max.
I
And
swear,
last time
dude.
that happened,
You know who won?
he won by 20 seconds.
Wait, did you do this on purpose?
No! What are you talking about?
I have a feel. No, I'm not gonna say it.
My honest thought was Oscar hasn't won in a while.
Hmm.
I was like, he's due. He really is due.
But he's
And
been
this
due for
would-
3 races.
He has been. But that's what I'm saying. It even is more likely.
Hmm.
Like, the further we go, like, the more likely he's going to get. Because, like, I would be shocked if we didn't see, if we saw Oscar Piastri not finish first the rest of the season. And that would
Yeah.
honestly hurt Max's title chances, which would suck. However, that being said, I'm being realistic. Okay?
Yeah.
And it also doesn't hurt that Max has never won when I predicted him. So it was like double check. I was like, you know what? I like it. I like it a lot.
One of these days, you're gonna predict Max Verstappen, and he's gonna
Yeah.
do it just for you.
Yep.
He
I
heard
mean, I got
he heard Jack on Team Radio podcast with the bros. Told
with the
me
breath.
he predicted this. He prophesied this, and I did it for him.
The
Yes,
prophecy
sir.
speaks.
Yes, sir.
Austin is going to be so much fun. Let's get this
Electric.
curse wheel going. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, curse wheel is primed, reset, and Alex Albon.
Okay.
That is interesting. That is interesting.
I think he's our first. I think he's a first timer.
I think he might be as well. I think that's doable. Because, like, Williams, we'll see how they do here. I mean, obviously, they looked, or at least signs look decent in,
Yeah.
what's it called? Baku. I don't know. Obviously, that had some higher speed times, but it has a lot of lower speed corners. And this
Yeah.
has more of a mix of high speed and low speed and medium speed corners.
Yeah.
So,
I think it'll be a race that shows everyone's strengths. Like it allows the opportunity to say, "Hey, here's McLaren on the braking. Here's Ferrari on the straights. Here's Red Bull on the overtakes or whatever the hell."
there's Red Bull, yeah, on this the speed. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, let's see. Do they have the pace to, like,
Yeah, the pace.
to
Yeah.
compete? Yes, they might have the car speed, but do they have the tire degradation? Do they
Mhm.
have that dialed in? Like,
Hmm.
is Max so much faster on the straights that DRS doesn't matter at times like it did in Silverstone? You know what I mean? Like, we'll
And I
see.
think it would be so exciting to see like a little like George Russell, Oscar Piastri, Lando Norris, and Max Verstappen kind of battle in these last few races. It's like it's kind of up in the air, but it's also up in the air for those podiums, for that P2, P3, because we've had just this weird mixture recently. I mean, like Carlos Sainz. So
Yeah.
what goes through my brain the most is this isn't something that is just set in place and you call it good, right? Like there's
Mhm.
still so much that can happen and most likely will happen, or could not happen, whether that's a Piastri winning it all, whether that's a George Russell comes out of nowhere, whether that's Max Verstappen makes the biggest comeback of his career, right? So it's
Which,
like we'll see what happens, but I'm excited for more racing, man.
and obviously, like, I keep pointing out Silverstone as like
Mhm.
an example, but that's like just one high speed track that comes to mind. But Silverstone's like a very high speed track. Like there's not as many, you know what I mean, of those medium to lower speed corners. So
Yeah.
like Austin has moments similar to Silverstone, like the mini S that they have, and then
Mhm.
like those. There's just moments that it feels similar to me, and that might be very stupid of me to say, but
No.
I'm enjoying the fact we get to watch at a normal time this weekend all
Mhm.
the stuff. Now,
Yeah.
will it be hard for me to watch qualifying? Of course, but I will tune in. You know what I mean? Like I'll have
Yeah.
that joint open. I'm excited, man. I'm super excited. Broncos got a win today. That was ugly. Couldn't care less. Win's a win. Uh, but yeah, dude, I'm excited. I hope Max does well next weekend. Uh,
Mhm.
clearly. But I'll have to say, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Do you have anything else
Yeah.
to say, Will?
I just think for as far as like I'll end it on like my Ferrari comments, but as far as Leclerc goes, I just don't want to see him get to a place, especially going into kind of this newer racing. It's kind of different from what we've seen the past few races, right? And like tactics and circuits. I just don't want to see it to where he does completely give up. Like I think he gets a P8, P9, P10. I think that that's going to kind of set him in a place of like, okay, I need to seriously consider my future. Because there's those talks of like, what if Oscar and Leclerc did a swap, for next season or for I guess 2027 because of the contracts. I don't want it to end badly. I want it to end on a good note. Even if that means we do get fourth or third. Like I don't really see us realistically getting Red Bull or passing Red Bull for the rest of the season.
Mm.
And then I just think I would love to just continue to see consistent points from Lewis. Obviously, we know he is always going to be capable of that, but
And it sucks because I was talking to somebody at work about this. Like, I was like, yeah, I wish Lewis could still like compete for victories like he
mm,
used to, but he's just gotten very old and a
yeah,
completely new team. He was on the
yeah,
decline at Mercedes post 2022 and 2021, of course, but
hmm
I don't know. It's just tough because clearly he just not everything was as was kind of presented. It wasn't they aura farmed all off season to
yeah,
get
literally. As
to
they
get
continue to, and you're just like,
come
but
on
that's
guys.
that's Ferrari. That's Ferrari for you. They got to keep the
It
hype in
is.
some way. If they're not winning in the on the circuits, then they're winning in the advertising and the marketing.
Well,
So,
certainly, bro. The fan base represents so like, and Ferrari's
hmm
dope, bro. They'll be okay. It's just they got to get on track, and maybe these new regs they'll be okay. Maybe they have a good engine too,
yeah.
or maybe they have the
And
best engine.
that can be, I mean, obviously Jack and I are talking about the future a lot and maybe not the present in the moment, but yeah, I think going into to
We're
Austin is going to be
optimistic.
exciting. Yeah, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that my hopes have given up on Ferrari. I'm
You don't
saying I
want
just
theirs to.
yes. And so and then that's what turns a fan base into also giving up hope. You want to see this like, hey, even though we're at the place that we're at and these things have been drastic, we're still going to be who we are and we're still going to represent, but we're also going to do what we can to get the most out of the car. I mean, and another thing, and it's like in Baku, like Leclerc on lap 6, I think what it was, his brakes trash. Like he literally is already like, hey, I don't have brakes. And so that's why we didn't see a lot of competition out of him. But we'll go ahead and end this episode for sure. So as far as me and my thoughts and my opinions, I will give it and provide it for next week.
You're good, bro. We hope Ferrari has a little bit of a bounce back because it would be nice for the fan base as well as the co-host of this podcast. All to say, we appreciate you guys tuning in. Sorry about it
hmm
getting a little later, but we hope you guys enjoy the
hmm
Austin, United States COTA Grand Prix. Obviously, we're going to be tuning in, enjoying it, talking about it every day. But much love.
hmm
Thank you guys again. If you're watching on YouTube, throw it a like, comment, subscribe. If you're on Spotify, throw us a 5-star review. We'd really appreciate it. And
hmm
follow us on our socials. We got TikTok, Instagram. We recently activated the TikTok. We're going to get one out soon. We hope you guys follow us there. It's Team Radio, at Team Radio, WTB for With the Bros. But again, we appreciate y'all tuning in. Singapore was okay, not too much action, but it was a good one to sleep in for. I'll say that.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have a great week. We'll catch y'all after Austin.
All right, peace.
Peace.